So here is a 1979 Chevrolet Corvette L82. Excuse the condition of my makeshift shop here at my house. Um, this is what we'll be working in, and yeah. So pretty much we've removed the urethane bumpers, replaced them with some. The back is a pretty nice fiberglass bumper with a little dovetail wing on there. Got some spots of fiberglass we got to get fixed here at the gas filler. I actually bought this Corvette several years ago. I would say about 4 years ago. Um, and the guy we got it off of said it wouldn't run. His dad had it, and we gave him $900 for this thing. Um, since then, we've obviously new tires and wheels, side pipes, and we'll show the engine here in a little bit. We're not going to focus on the interior, as that still needs a lot of work. The T-tops when we bought it were the glass T-tops, and picked up a set of earlier model fiberglass T-tops, and then molded them to fit correctly, what we believe to be correctly. They were pretty fuzzy. The resin had kind of left the fiberglass, and the fiberglass was real fuzzy. So we sanded those down, addressed the fiberglass, smoothed them out with the resin, and then obviously did some body work on them. We still got some more body work to do on those. New windshield. We've got the trim for all around the windshield, but the windshield was put in last year. We've actually bought a new house and moved, so this was in storage, and so now we're just getting it out, getting it going again. And the focus going forward is going to be obviously all the body work. Funny thing about the hood was obviously stock. However, the reason why, when we found out why the car wouldn't run, they had an old Edelbrock mesh air cleaner on there with a foam filter. And what we believe happened is the foam filter, or the carburetor backfired, or the engine backfired through the carburetor, caught the air filter on fire, and it melted down into the carburetor. So we found that out when I pulled the carburetor to rebuild it, and so that was the reason why. So long story short, the reason why I'm saying that is there's a big hole right here where, when it had backfired and caught the air filter on fire, it had burnt underneath the hood, and so there was holes where fiberglass had just dripped down, and obviously causing a problem with the carburetor as well. So we'll pop the hood here in a little bit. But so done a little bit fixing that, some fiberglass matting, some resin, and obviously some body filler, and I still need to smooth that out, do some glaze, and get that smoothed out as well. So another look at those tires and wheels and side pipes. And I'm not happy with this this fiberglass front bumper. It really doesn't fit that well, as you can see right there. And my son bought it off of eBay, I believe. It's pretty thin, and it seems like it's starting to warp in certain places. So what I think I'm going to do is we're probably going to take this one off and get a better quality one that's like the rear bumper. So we've rebuilt the headlights. They do pop up, but they are no longer vacuum operated. They are electric motors. We've done the conversion, and they work well. However, the passenger side, actually, there's a frame that the headlights sit in, and the motor attaches to in order for the headlight to retract and pop open. That frame is it's like a fiber composite material, probably pop metal, I would guess, with a little bit of fiber in it. But it's cracked and broke, so whenever this motor goes to open this one, it just bends it, and so the headlight won't actually come up, and the frame is actually moving down. So we got to find another one of those. It won't be too bad, and we'll get to this portable carport situation here in a minute. Another side view. Of the car. So all the glass minus the windshield was in actually pretty decent shape. So no deep scratches or anything. It could stand to be polished out. But again, we'll get to that once we get the body work and everything done. But yeah, the front windshield was just way too far gone, cracked and everything. So you can see that rear fiberglass bumper, it fits pretty well right here. Got a little bit of smoothing and blending in to do here, but there's some good gaps, and I haven't decided yet whether I'm going to go ahead and fill those gaps so it's just completely smooth there, or just perfect the gap as stock. We'll see once we get into it. But yeah, so that's a pretty decent piece. And then obviously we'll have the Corvette letters across the back. For right now, we'll go ahead and do the incandescent rear tail lights. More than likely, we'll end up switching those over to the LED tail lights once he starts driving it. So there's the overall on the outside. Go ahead and pop this hood a little bit. Let me get the hinge. There we go. A little prop rod right there. So you can kind of see where underneath of that hood, where it actually melted the fiberglass, and we've done some fiberglass repair there. We'll end up obviously going over this and body working on the underside of this as well, but all in due time, as I say. So this is a 383 stroker engine. The gentleman that we bought it from, his dad actually had. He said he had the engine completely rebuilt. Didn't know what he had done with it. Excuse me. So when we ended up trying to rebuild the carburetor, and it was just trash. My son and I went ahead and just pulled the engine. We wanted to get it painted, reseal it, and everything because it had been sitting for a while. And as we pulled it out, we noticed that all the internals are actually brand new. All the gaskets were new. We replaced them anyway, but when we pulled it out, our intention was to go ahead and do a TPI unit in it. Bought one online, and it just didn't work out. So we ended up, once we had the engine apart, checked all the measurements on the crank and everything. It turned out to be a 383 stroker. So ended up score there. Ended up buying one of these Aces fuel injection kill shot units. Got it all hooked up, plumbed, wired up with the computer and everything. I've still got some clean up some wires here, but it starts, it runs. We need to fine tune it to get the idle down a little bit, and we'll get that going after the body work and paint is done. But yeah, so $900, 383 stroker. Not a bad deal here. So go ahead and put this back on. If I can do it one-handed, right? There we go. All right. So we got some work to do. Mainly, again, fiberglass. The older it gets, the more brittle it gets. We found some spots, specifically around the body seam. On the factory, there's a seam that goes across here, where two fiberglass panels meet and then becomes one solid piece. So I've already done a little bit of sanding, a little bit of fill work here on this front fender, just trying to get an idea where we were going to be with it. But yeah, we'll go through, we'll sand it all down, just trying to take a look and evaluate the condition of the fiberglass all around. There's already looks like some body work there. We'll tighten up these lines, get them crispy, as they say, crisp lines. Probably fill this antenna hole in as the the head unit he's going to use uses an internal. It's under the dash, so you won't be able to see an antenna on this. These side pipes, I'm trying to talk him into getting chrome, but if he's going to go with the darker color on the body of this car, I think the black will be fine. I'm going to take those aluminum trim pieces on the bottom, strip them down, and have them polished out, so that'll be a good shiny polished trim behind the black side pipe. So I think it'll make those pipes stand out pretty good. So we've done the brakes, complete brake system all the way around, rotors, pads, lines, master cylinder, whole shebang. So even the proportioning valve, all that good stuff. So the brakes are like brand new, so works pretty well. He had I think they were like a 2000 Pontiac Firebird wheels on this, temporarily, so we could get it moving around when we first bought it, and those required these I think they're 2-inch spacers back there. So I didn't take them off when I put the new wheels on this, but kind of sits pretty nice with it. I like them. I like the way the tire is a little bit beefier out there, and it gives a little more room on the backside over there. So we'll take a look at it, and I may end up just taking those off and putting maybe a 1-inch spacer and see what that does, bring that tire closer inside there. But all in all, not too bad. $900. He did go ahead and put I said I wasn't going to say much about the interior, but we did do some I think there's C5 Corvette black leather seats, electric power. So we got those in there. They work. We got them wired up temporarily. They work pretty well, and I think the curves of them actually go pretty well with the body of the car. So this is the project that's in the garage right now, and the goal is to get the bodywork started next weekend, get it going, and hopefully get it all smoothed out, block sanded, and ready for paint. Hopefully by mid-March. Get to work on this during the weekend, and hopefully we can get the bodywork ready. And it's just be a lot of blocking. Like I said, there's not too many major spots that we've got to do some actual fiberglass repair to, but we'll get it going and get it blocked and ready for paint. Still undecided on the color of what he's going to go with, but more than likely I think it's going to be a dark blue, kind of like the one that's already on here. Now on this Cover Pro 10 by 17 foot portable car canopy, so as you can see, got a lot of stuff in my garage. Got some cabinets over there with the countertop, some stuff we've collected over the years that gun safe's got to go in the house. It's my son's. He's actually deployed right now, so I get that out of the way. But got a lot of stuff on the walls and packed up in here. There's a freezer, and then some more toolboxes and stuff over there. But air compressor and a paint cabinet over there on the corner. But we'll get it all squared away. And the goal with that Cover Pro portable carport, I was going to make a paint booth out of it. We did have a shop that we rented for a little while. Problem with it was I got a good deal. That's not the problem, but we got a really good deal. What the problem was, it was 20-25 minutes away from our house, and we thought we were going to have power out there, but it ended up not working out for us, just because the distance and no power at the shop to get anything going out there. So was looking online, some YouTube videos, and saw these guys were making some temporary paint booths in their garage, and I didn't want to do 2x4s and plastic or PVC or anything like that, and I didn't want to attach anything, hang it from the ceiling or the walls or anything like that. So like I said, it's a new house, and I just didn't want to get a ton of stuff attached to the walls in terms of for a paint booth or anything. So pick this up. Goal with this is we're going to go ahead and stand it up in here, frame only. We'll see where it lands in terms of space. I understand. I completely got it. 10 feet wide isn't a whole lot when you calculate how wide the car is and how much walk space we'll have, but I've got some car dollies that we'll be able to slide it over as we're doing body work on it, and probably the same thing when I get ready to paint it. So pretty excited about that. With that, doing this at your house, doing it in your garage, you got to worry about dust and fumes and all that good stuff, specifically from the body work. And then obviously when we get ready to paint, we'll have to focus on that as well. But another project I'm going to get done this week, and I might take a video of it, we'll see. But I've got these 3 Lasco box fans. They're 20 inches each, and about 3 I believe they're MERV 11 air filters, and everything I've researched online, that's good enough to take some of that body work dust and air debris out of the air and exhaust it out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these are 2x10 by 8 foot long boards, and there's some little 1x2 trim. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a frame and then box it in 3 sections for those box fans to slide down into, and then on each side I'll have a slot trimmed out with a little trim there for those air filters to slide into. So one on the front, one on the back of each fan. I know I got to get 3 more, but that'll do for sucking out some of that bodywork dust and debris out of the air and exhaust it out, and then not spray it all on the outside of the garage. But I think it'll work pretty well. We'll seal it up, and then the goal would be we seal it up to that covered carport on the back side there, and then wrap the canvas or the plastic around it so it seals it up pretty good. And we'll probably do the same thing for some intake air on the front side of it as well. So that's the plan with that. I got a bunch of stuff up here. This is just stuff that was either given to me, we purchased, or whatever for quote unquote man cave. Everyone's got to have some stuff, right? So we got all that stuff. I got a little bit bigger of a garage now to hang it up on the wall. It's not on the house. So there's that stuff. So yeah, looking forward to getting this one done and on the road. Again, I'm not a professional, but we'll go ahead and document it. And my whole intent of documenting this one is so that my son has it, and he can refer back to it. Hopefully he keeps his car for a very long time, and this is actually his very first car, and he can have this video documentation to show what we've done, and show to his kids one day, maybe when he gets them involved in the hobby. So yeah, that's where we're at. Let's start starting